Goats are amazing creatures. They are known for their adaptability and resilience, making them one of the most versatile animals in agriculture. Whether in mountainous terrains, arid deserts, or lush pastures, goats can find a way to thrive. They can thrive in many environments, from rocky hillsides to flat farmlands. This adaptability is one of the reasons why goats are so valuable to farmers around the world. But they need enough space to be healthy and productive. Adequate space ensures that goats can graze freely, reducing the risk of overgrazing and soil depletion. Starting a goat farm requires careful planning. It's not just about having goats, it's about creating an environment where they can thrive. Choosing the right amount of land is a critical first step. The land must be suitable for grazing and provide enough resources for the goats. The amount of land you need depends on several factors. These include the number of goats, the type of grazing system, and the quality of the soil. How many goats do you want to raise? This is a fundamental question because the number of goats will directly impact the amount of land required. What kind of grazing method will you use? Rotational grazing, for example, can help manage the land more effectively and prevent overgrazing. What are the soil conditions? Healthy soil is crucial for growing the grasses and plants that goats need for nutrition. These are just some of the questions you need to consider. Each factor plays a significant role in the success of your goat farming venture. Choosing the right amount of land is essential for the well-being of your goats. It ensures they have enough space to graze, exercise, and socialize. It also impacts the profitability of your farm. Proper land management can lead to healthier goats and higher yields of milk, meat, or fiber. Too little land leads to overgrazing. Overgrazing occurs when goats eat the vegetation faster than it can regrow, leading to barren patches and soil erosion. Overgrazing can damage the environment. It depletes the soil of essential nutrients and can lead to long-term degradation of the land. It can also reduce the health and productivity of your goats. Goats that graze on overgrazed land may not get the nutrients they need, leading to poor health and lower productivity. Enough land allows your goats to graze naturally. Natural grazing is important for their diet and overall well-being. It also gives them space to exercise and socialize. Goats are social animals, and having enough space to interact with each other is crucial for their mental and physical health. The number of goats you plan to raise is a crucial factor in determining the amount of land you'll need. This directly affects the amount of land you need to allocate for grazing and other activities. A general rule of thumb is to provide 1/4 to 1/2 acre of land per goat. This ensures that each goat has enough space to graze and move around freely, promoting better health and productivity. However, this can vary depending on several factors such as climate, forage quality, and the type of goats you are raising. For instance, goats in arid regions may require more land due to sparse vegetation, while those in lush green areas might need less. For a small herd of 50 goats, you would need a minimum of 12.5 acres. This calculation assumes that your land is of good quality with ample forage and water resources. Good quality land is essential for maintaining the health of your herd. It should have rich soil, adequate water supply, and a variety of nutritious plants for grazing. It also assumes you're using rotational grazing methods. Rotational grazing helps in managing the pasture more efficiently, allowing the land to recover and reducing the risk of overgrazing. A larger herd of 100 goats would require at least 25 acres. These are just estimates and can vary based on your specific conditions and management practices. It's always best to consult with experienced goat farmers or agricultural extension agents in your area. They can provide valuable insights and tailored recommendations based on your specific location and farming goals. These experts can help you understand the unique characteristics of your land, suggest optimal grazing strategies, and offer advice on improving forage quality. By leveraging their expertise, you can ensure that your herd thrives and your land remains sustainable for years to come. Not all land is created equal. The type of soil, its drainage capacity, and its fertility can vary significantly from one plot to another. Understanding these differences is crucial for anyone looking to raise goats successfully. The quality of your land plays a vital role in the health and productivity of your goats. Goats prefer well-drained soil, which helps prevent hoof problems and other health issues. A well-drained pasture ensures that water doesn't stagnate, reducing the risk of parasites and diseases. They need soil with good forage production. Forage quality directly impacts the nutrition your goats receive. High-quality forage means healthier goats, better milk production, and overall improved well-being. Forage refers to the plants that goats eat, such as grasses, legumes, and forbs. Each type of forage plant offers different nutritional benefits. Grasses provide essential fiber, while legumes are rich in protein. Forbs add variety and additional nutrients to the diet. Soil testing is crucial before establishing a goat farm. By analyzing the soil, you can determine its nutrient content and pH level. This information is vital for making informed decisions about soil amendments and forage planting. This helps determine the nutrient content and pH level of your soil. Knowing these details allows you to tailor your soil management practices to meet the specific needs of your goats and the forage they consume. You can then make necessary amendments to optimize forage growth. Adding the right fertilizers and soil conditioners can significantly improve the quality and quantity of the forage available to your goats. The presence of toxic plants should also be considered. Some plants can be harmful or even deadly to goats. Identifying and removing these plants from your pasture is essential for maintaining a safe environment. Some plants can be poisonous to goats. Regularly inspecting your pasture and consulting with a veterinarian can help you identify and manage these risks effectively. The climate and rainfall in your region also influence land requirements. Different climates affect the types of forage that can grow and the overall productivity of your land. Understanding your local climate is key to successful goat farming. Drier climates with less rainfall may require more land per goat to provide adequate forage. In arid regions, water conservation and efficient land use become even more critical. Areas with higher rainfall may support more goats per acre. However, too much rain can also lead to waterlogged soils and increased parasite loads, so balance is essential. By understanding and managing these factors, you can create an optimal environment for your goats to thrive. Free-range goat farming is a traditional method. It allows goats to roam freely on a large pasture. This method offers several advantages. It allows goats to exhibit their natural grazing behaviors. Free-range goats get more exercise. They are exposed to a more diverse diet. This can lead to healthier goats. However, free-range goat farming also has drawbacks. It requires a significant amount of land. This may not be feasible for all farmers. It can also be challenging to manage parasites and predators in a free-range system. Free-range goats may also graze selectively. They may leave some areas overgrazed. Other areas may remain underutilized. This can lead to uneven pasture use and reduced forage quality over time. Zero grazing, also known as stall feeding, is a more intensive method. It involves keeping goats confined to a barn or small paddock. Goats are fed a diet of harvested forages, grains, and supplements. One advantage of zero grazing is that it requires less land compared to free-range systems. This makes it an option for farmers with limited acreage. It also provides greater control over the goat's diet. Farmers can tailor the nutritional content of their feed. However, zero grazing has its disadvantages. It requires a higher investment in infrastructure, such as barns and feeding equipment. It can also lead to behavioral problems if goats are not provided with adequate space and enrichment. Crunching the numbers, costs and returns. The cost of land is a major factor in goat farming. Land prices vary significantly depending on location and demand. In addition to land costs, you need to consider fencing, shelter, water systems, and feed. Free-range systems generally have lower startup costs. This is because they require less infrastructure. However, they may have higher ongoing costs for pasture management, such as reseeding and weed control. Zero grazing systems have higher upfront costs for barns and equipment. They may have lower ongoing costs for land and pasture management. The profitability of either method depends on factors such as labor costs, feed prices, and market demand for goat products. Finding your fit. Choosing the right system. Choosing the right land size and grazing method depends on your individual circumstances. Factors to consider include budget. How much can you afford to invest in land, infrastructure, and ongoing costs? Goals. Are you aiming for meat production, milk production, or fiber production? Market. Is there a demand for goat products in your area? Personal preferences. What kind of farming system aligns with your values and management style? Carefully researching and planning can help you make an informed decision. It's also a good idea to talk to other goat farmers, learn from their experiences. The never-ending cycle. Assessing and adapting. Goat farming is not a static endeavor. It requires ongoing assessment and adaptation. Regularly monitor your goat's health, the condition of your land, and your farm's financial performance. Adjust your grazing practices if you notice signs of overgrazing, such as bare patches or erosion. Be prepared to modify your feeding program if your goats are not gaining weight or producing milk as expected. The key to success in goat farming is to be flexible and responsive to the changing needs of your animals and the environment. Conclusion: a patch of earth, a world of potential. The amount of land you need for a profitable goat farm is not one size fits all. It's a multifaceted decision. It depends on factors like herd size, grazing methods, and land quality. By carefully weighing your options and seeking expert advice, you can create a thriving goat farm. Your farm will provide for your goats and contribute to a sustainable future.